That's right. That's right. That's right. AM1 back in the algorithm, back out here on these YouTube streets. Y'all let me know if the audio is good, if everything's looking good, sounding good, all that. We're going to get into some fitness and effery because, this algorithm, and apparently pretty much every algorithm, you got to have some effery laced into everything. So I got to embrace that more. I'm always down for the effery. Sorry, I appreciate that. I'm been down for the effery, but it has to be some development and some real world value. And I get heat for that, but it's like everyone wants the effery and the crying and complaining, and it's challenging for me, and I get it, but there's just so much opportunity to really get out here and make something of yourself, even despite the doom and gloom and everybody's feeling some kind of way, and the era of everybody's emotions. My emotions come before everything in my feelings. We need more kindness. We need more just weird. Everything's just weird. But I found a lot of benefit. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody drop a comment for me. Just at the very least, a little interaction. K Business, what's up? And Kay, we're going to talk because, man, I've been working on some things. I've been hemmed up, super busy with the video work. So I got that side, AM1 Creates. And then we got AM1 Fitness Consulting, AM1 Lifestyle. So the health and fitness thing has been so big for me as of late, really building out the whole brand with the AZ Tech was good with my guy. The health and fitness thing is just where it's at for sure. So there's that. Let me do this real quick. Actually, maybe I will or won't hold up the stream if I could try to make this happen real quick. What? Oh, there we go. Had to throw my guy K a wrench real quick. You understand? You know what? Cyrus is getting a wrench too, because Cyrus be rocking with me. Cyrus be rocking with your boy. So we're gonna do the old school handout wrench session, right? Who else is in the comments? Who else is lurking? I was about to put Cyrus in timeout actually, but we're gonna add a moderator instead. The health and fitness thing is just where it's at. The more I get into it, the more I look at it. Got certified as a personal trainer. Now we're getting even more into the depths of the nutrition part, right? Because you can't outwork a bad diet. So it has to be that first. I've been working with people for years. They're like, I want to train with you. I want to work out with you. Next week is my birthday, right? So just to put it in context, I'll be 47 next week, officially 47 plus the extra 9 months. Shout out to my mom. 47 as we, dial into the sky clock. And dog was good. And I'm in the best shape of my life. My understanding of diet, nutrition, fitness, metabolism is at like all-time highs. I've went through phases in my life of very poor health, obesity. Right now, I hover around 190, 195, but we're about to actually get that down because I'm even doing some body recomp, right? So I'm proof that approaching 50, I'm on the closer side of 50, right? You're supposed to round up, right? 45 to 50, you round up. But I can't even play that game, and I'm not trying to play that game, right? But when you hit that 47 point, it's like 50. It's like, fam, yeah, round up to 50. 50 is right, 50. Half a century. I'm on the closer side to half a century. And I've dealt with metabolic issues, obesity myself. Around 30. Yeah, growing young, success in life. Exactly. Man, and I really want to show other people how to do it. A lot of that is getting away from the drama, away from the foolishness, and understanding. Watch what you eat. Watch what you watch. It got to be that dark side of everything and nothing was good. Salute AM1 in the chat listening, and I appreciate you. Everybody hit the like button. We got to do that. Hit the like button. Make sure we're good there. Audio and video sounding right. I wanted to holler at y'all, get back in the algorithm. I've been super duper busy. You guys know, between Oakland, Las Vegas. really working two different business elements, running up this new business thing, but at the same time, victim of my own success on the visual media side. Just hit my 10-year anniversary. AM1 Creates. I've been doing the visual media, illustration, art, events, all that for a good 2 decades. But officially leaving my last full-time day job was June 2015. So we just hit a decade of AM1 Creates. And shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me on this channel, on this algorithm, even as I'm kind of turning the corner from some of the stuff you guys know me from. But, you know, I'm with the ish, I'm with the effery to a certain degree, but it has to be adding real value. I've talked about that, skills and resources, and something I've always, you know, been down with that's been running in the background is the health and fitness element. That's what made AM1 Creates, that business, that company, be able to thrive, me be able to learn and stay locked in and focus on that and really carve out the time. The fitness element has really driven that. So again, here at 47, that's what made it work, right? Because Kay, how old are you? And feel free to understand if you don't want to put that in here, but I know I got some years on you. I got years on everybody. I'm like old head for real. And I really got to like think about that in the context growing young, aging gracefully, I think. Man, if I really pulled up and showed you guys some of my old clips, I'm gonna show y'all. 43. Okay, so that's right. And you told me that, Kay. So I got a couple on you. 37 AZ Tech. Everybody throw your age in there if you care to, because I'm old and it's whatever. But I love, you know, I've been saying it for years, I love throwing that around. When people ask me my age, I'm like, I'm damn near 50, you know, because we're gonna get into some things on this particular stream, but you know, I'm just kind of reworking the algorithm, getting the interaction up, you know. I've been losing subs, and you know, if you don't come with enough drama, if it's not enough crying and complaining about the world, who's oppressing you, who's holding you down, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Did you train today? Did you work out today? What did you eat today? And before it skips my mind, it's so much not even a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. But I almost forgot to mention that I'm on Mealless Mondays. Mealless Mondays is my fasting strategy that I've been developing over the past couple of years, where essentially I just don't eat anything on Monday. So I'm a longtime practitioner of intermittent fasting and extended fast. And I found for me, what works as a really good sweet spot to be able to train and stay on point while also pulling off body recomp, you know, keeping myself functional going into, you know, 47. My birthday's next week. Shout out to me if you guys want to drop a Cash App early birthday, holler at that. Hit the Cash App or hit the super chat, and feel free to super chat any fitness questions, because I really want it has to be that. I got my other channel, AM1 Lifestyle, but this AM1 channel, I'm going to be doing some more live streams talking to people about health and fitness. I'm going to be talking to some personal trainers. It has to be that, because my whole lifestyle, something that's really making life really, really good for me. Again, going into 47, hit the Cash App for my early birthday. I'm going to be doing streams all this week. And then let me circle back to this other thing, the fasting point. Actually, let's just go back to that. AZ Tech said moving better than a lot of YNs and other young bucks, to be honest. I mean, I have to say that's true. It's just objectively true. I mean, the health and fitness thing overall has shaped my life, shaped my business, created such an opportunity for me to have more freedom in the world. My tagline for AM1 Lifestyle is get fit, get free. And it's really about physical fitness, mental fitness. So that's watch what you eat, watch what you watch, because you guys know I'm a video guy, right? So with video, you have to understand media, propaganda, marketing, like how those things all interconnect, public relations, media, marketing. It's extremely important for everybody to have a grasp on how that works, because what you're seeing, what's being advertised to you is directly relative to what you'll be convinced that you should eat. And if you eat fake food, you build a fake body. So that's a fake brain, fake heart, fake gut, fake hormones. That's going to impact every other element and aspect of your life. So your life is made much easier by locking in on a proper diet, proper nutrition. That should be prioritized far more. If people want to talk about issues going on in the world, again, I'm like, did you train today? What did you eat today? Or did you not eat today? Did you fast today? Because the fasting thing is a big part of it. I'm on a fast right now, Mealless Mondays, right? So I haven't had any food at all since about somewhere between, I didn't even track it, but around 6, 7 yesterday. And just to be, so we're clear, it's 3 p.m. where I'm at on my West Coast time. I'm in Las Vegas right now. So it's 3 p.m. I haven't had any food since yesterday at between 6 and 7. So that's typically what I do for Mealless Monday. Last food, last calories by 7 p.m. on Sunday. Then I usually break the fast on Tuesday. You heard that right, because it's Mealless Monday. There's a thing where people would say Meatless Monday back in the day. And, I thought it was clever. But for me, AM1 Lifestyle, get fit, get free. It's Mealless Mondays. It's part of my 510 diet fasting strategy. More on that later. But, 510 diet is beyond just fasting, but that's just a part of it. Mealless Monday. So imagine, I did this in 2024. The first 2 months of 2024, I did Mealless Monday every Monday. So every Monday, I did a fast of 40 hours at least. And also did that while intermittent fasting 5 days out of the week, technically 6. But I would have one day that's a cheat day, variety day, which would always be Saturday. And then Sunday, I would ramp back down with the diet, resetting myself back right so then I could do Mealless Mondays again. So I did that for the first 2 months. Imagine. So I bring that up because some people can't wrap their mind around the idea of missing a meal, let alone missing a whole day. The fasting thing is huge. So when I tell people I'm 47 and people say things like, oh, you look good for your age, the fasting, the diet, nutrition part, the fitness part, moving your body right, it has to be that. But before you even get into the workout part, people are like, AM1, certified as a personal trainer, let me get in with you. The first thing I got to say is we got to sit down and talk about what that diet looking like, what that diet do, what that nutrition looking like. Let's talk about that first, because you can't outwork a poor diet. In other words, I'm not about to gas you up and waste your time. You're not about to waste my time and say, let me hook you up with a workout plan or coach you, blah, blah, blah. But then you're just going to eat whatever. It's like, fam, we got to sort out the diet and nutrition part, because a lot of people are looking at weight loss. Again, I'm in my 40s. A lot of people I'm working with are in their 40s to 50 range. And then I expand that out a little bit and go 35 to 55 in that 20-year overall gap, but 30 to 40 for sure. And that's that key point where you really, really got to lock in and really take inventory on what have you been consuming literally your whole life. So this is a part of my coaching strategy where I get with people and say, let's take a walk down memory lane and let's look at how you've been eating for the majority of your life. And I've done this with myself, and I had to be honest, and it was ugly. It was dark. Times in my life where I was eating a whole lot of fast food, a lot of foolishness, was drinking, smoking, all that. 40 ounces. Like, man, it was all that. Ross's Realities was good. Yes, back in the day, late teens, oh my goodness, we was smashing 40s. You know what I'm saying? Taco Bell on the late night, blowing blunts. Yes. Yes, blunts and 40s and blunts. Yes, in late night Taco Bell. Those were the days, because y'all know when you get that good buzzed eating, it's like, oh my goodness, don't be high and drunk, and then go hit Taco Bell on the late night. Like, fam, this is in the 90s. There was some real dark times, and then, in my 20s. Got out the house from the parents, like, man, it's all the way bad. Fast food, num, 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 num. Fast food, num, num, num. But also active, I stayed lean. I'm 6'2", you know what I mean? I mentioned the height, just so you get an understanding of the weight distribution and just how that looked on my frame. I got pretty wide shoulders, 6'2". Okay, cool. But I hit some pretty chunky boy days in the mid 2000s, and it was ugly. It was all bad. But it's like I got away with it because like, oh, you're just a big dude. It's like, nah, fam. Very unhealthy. Cynical one in the building. What's good? Terrence B in the building. I'm great. I'm absolutely great. Like I told everybody, I'm into a fast right now. We call it Mealless Mondays. It's part of my 5-1-0 diet strategy. So 5 days intermittent fasting. Eat low carb. And then you have a day where you consume nothing. That's your O. And then you have one day where you do the typical legacy cheat day, variety day, however you want to look at that. But you really want the cheat day to actually be pretty clean as well. And in my coaching system, I really help people understand, like, when you cheat, do a quote unquote cheat or a variety. I like to kind of do it a mindset shift and say it's a variety day. And I coach it that way because working with a lot of people, they're saying you just eat pretty much the same stuff over and over. And it's like, yes, because variety is what's kind of killing you. The need and want of variety is how these companies can market to you different variations of the same substances, like in the form of chips or cookies or pastries. It's like the same stuff. They're barely altering the overall ingredient, but they're just throwing in these extra little flavors and these different combinations. All the varieties, all you can eat, whatever you want, we got something for you. But meanwhile, most of that stuff is ultra processed food, aka fake food. And if you eat fake food, you build a fake body. And you should expect fake outcomes from your energy output, your business, relationships, family, all that. Eat fake food, build a fake body. Like, that's one of the biggest mindset shifts that I coach in my program. Just so we call it out for exactly what it is. It's fake food, ultra processed food, stuff that does not appear in nature. I mean, it's obvious. Like, all the stuff I'm learning and have been learning for years and putting it all together. Like, I'm in deep diving into metabolic health, metabolic syndrome, the diseases people are coming up with. And it's laughable. The more I learn, and again, that walk down memory lane. And then me being a consultant, right, for media and now for fitness, it's like solutions. How do we fix this? It's the hardest, easiest thing. I've been saying that for years. It's really the easiest, hardest thing. We are definitely being set up for failure by people who are making offers to us to eat fake food, harmful things they know are harmful, things they know are not real, actual food, and things we all know are harmful and are not actual food. But we consume these things because essentially they are recreational drugs masquerading as food. That's another big mindset shift that I coach. So when we really put it together, it's like, yo. AZ Tech said it don't get no darker than Cisco and MD 2020. Man, don't get me started. Cisco, I kind of stayed off that. But MD 2020 was in rotation back in the day. Yes. E&J. Don't even get me started on alcohol, because that's one of the big things. We got to cut out the alcohol. I'm about to do a video series on my other channel, AM1 Lifestyle. Y'all go check that out. 5 things we were not doing in our 40s. And then it's going to be a continued series where it's 5 more things, and I might do 5 more things after that. And I've been building this list, and I was like, damn, people are going to hear all this stuff and be like, what do you do for fun? Because again, variety is killing your benefits, killing your gains, killing your efforts. I need these variety. I need these different flavors. It's like, do you really though? And when we get into alcohol, it's like, man, not only is it empty calories, but a known liver toxin. I mean, toxic to all your cells, but I mean, hepatic toxicity, which by default is going to set your metabolism back like a big dog. 47. You know what it is? I'm only using that because it's me, right? I could talk about myself. I used to be overweight. I had obesity stages and phases in my life. Again, I walk around 190, 195-ish. At my heaviest, 265, 270. Yeah, on a 6'2" frame, but nah. Looking back at it, absolutely, totally unacceptable. But aside from how I looked, it's how I felt. And how I felt then at 29, 30 versus how I feel at 47. It's like exponentially leaps and bounds better, different slash better. But I have more athleticism now than I did then. Like I say it jokingly, but it's really like a reverse aging kind of thing. So this stuff is super duper serious. Drinking culture is toxic. And you know what? That's true. And I got to think about that too, because that's a big thing for me. Drinking culture is toxic. One of the things that led to my overall career with my media company, AM1 Creates, is event promotion. I've been promoting events since, man, 2006, 2007. And I did an even bigger event series run in 2014, 2015, 2016. And that's what led to me building my media company, because we just took the events and took it to the next level to where we're going to do the videos and recap videos and photo albums. And was really killing it in 2014. And then I realized the real gem is the video motion picture part, that media part. So that had me working with way bigger promotion companies in the Bay. Ankh Marketing and some other big names. Oakland Music Festival. Really cool stuff. Really, it shifted my whole mindset. And I was working with so many different clubs and venues and whatnot in Oakland, and just really was out in the streets for real, doing a lot of promotion. And with that comes drinking, nighttime parties, daytime parties, all that. So the alcohol thing was there. And man, I did a lot of damage to my liver in 2014 and 2015. But I had to dial that back. So again, this is going into my 30s, 40s. Like, people talk about you go to your 30s, 40s, and it's just natural for you to decline, testosterone decline. That one always lingered in the back of my mind. So approaching my 40s, it's like, nah. Unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Or you're just going to lose body fat and be fatter. And I'd already, lost a lot of weight since my peak around my 30s. So going into late 30s, 40s, I had already lost a lot of it because I made some serious lifestyle changes. So I understood. So there was the fitness part and the fasting part that was always, behind the scenes. But now I have it so dialed in and I know exactly what I'm doing. This is after working through different diet strategies and whatnot, trying to go, vegan, vegetarian style, pescatarian, trying all these different formats until more recently, coming up on 2 years, really dove into more animal-based, carnivore diet style, ketovore, keto, and putting myself in ketosis, like how I'm in ketosis right now. Absolute fat burning. Been walking what I did 5 miles, did a upper body workout plus a good 5-6 miles on Saturday. Then for the people that's still in here, y'all let me know if the stream is looking good. Y'all let me know. AZ Tech said, and I don't clown folks that do it and trying to act brand new either. If you want to quit, you gotta want it. Yeah, no, that's what you. Yeah, I'm not even anti-alcohol like that. Okay, AZ Tech, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, and dog. I'm not even anti-alcohol like that. I'm just realistic about it like that. I'm not even saying I won't drink. But it's just a matter of really weighing it out. Is it worth it? Return on investment. And when you put the age thing into it, and again, like I described my coaching sessions, walking people down memory lane, people start to get to 30s, late 30s, 40s, and all of a sudden, your mortality becomes more apparent. Health issues cropping up more. You get into the danger zone. Shout out to KS. You get into the danger zone on this health stuff. I'm over the hill, I'm approaching 40 and then 40 and then between 40 and 50, it's like, man, it's never too late, but you don't have time to waste. That's another mindset shift I really lock in on. It's never too late, but you don't have time to waste. You don't want to be trying to work backwards on something in your mid 40s to late 40s that you should have addressed in your 30s. And I know guys that are in their 30s that I got a decade plus on, some of my young homies, and they're looking at me like, man, I'm trying to be like that when I get older, and I'm trying to be like you now. I got to say, I got some young homies that are like way out of shape, and these guys are in their 20s. And it's like, fam, you better sort that out. You better sort that out. But I get it. They're young. They want to make the memories. The other things are prioritized more. But that's where we play that game because, oh, I got time. I can sort it out later. I'm young. But it's like, what's happening to you in your 40s was set up in your 30s. And the idea is don't play yourself and get to your 40s and then try to have to work backwards from that. Because what's going on with the whole food, diet, nutrition thing in your 40s, you're trying to sort that out. Depending on how well you set yourself up from like an economic, financial standpoint, the harder or the less you set yourself up for success later in life, when you have metabolic issues, it's going to be that much worse because the stress that comes with just living, right? We just talk about economic issues. And I might actually, 20 minutes in, I might address one of these. I had an article that I wanted to pull up. The financial element as it pertains to diet, nutrition, what you're eating, fitness, all that. It's an investment. You're putting money in the bank on fitness, right? Because obviously, if you get sick, you have some kind of major catastrophic level failure with your body, that's going to cost money. And depending on where you're at from an economic standpoint, that's going to set you back so much. You don't have time for that. And as much as economic woes people are going through right now, why would you gamble it? More layoffs, this, that, and the third, companies buying people out, laying people off, money, tariffs was just hitting people's pockets. A lot of weird stuff going on with the money, right? They're pushing through new legislation for the crypto thing. You got to pay attention to that. What's coming down the pipeline on that? You got to see it for what it is. So you got to get the diet and nutrition right earlier because you don't want to wait till you're in your 40s. And if you're still struggling low key, check to check living, and you're rolling the dice with your health at the same time, you see where the picture that I'm painting, you're going to need coaching on how to sort this out. And because you probably don't have time. Think about it. Multiple kids, maybe in your 40s, money game, just getting by, but not prioritizing the health and fitness element. And then all it takes is something to go wrong. And you wake up and your body ain't working right anymore. What's up with your wife, your family, your kids? I'm just saying. Your husband, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think about these things. And these are things that you have to address in your 30s for sure. But for the people that's around my age, mid 40s and beyond, it's like, if you're not on that, you better get on it now. It's never too late, but you absolutely do not have time to waste. Absolutely. You don't. So there's a certain level of urgency that we need to have with addressing these things for sure. But the message I really want to drive home is, we can't fix most of this stuff. Your body is always constantly trying to heal itself. So if we get out of the way and support it the way we're supposed to, it will heal itself. So again, it's never too late, but you do not have time to waste. So you're going to need coaching. If you got a lot of stuff going on in your life, you go, how do I find time to learn? The stuff I hear often. The stuff I hear often. Where do I start? I don't know where to start. I don't know who to listen to. And I totally get it. The confusion. We have YouTube University. We have all of human knowledge online, but there is so much confusion. There's so much this and that. We have seemingly, medical associations, American Heart Association, American Medical Association, all these different associations. We got CDC. We got all these different regulatory agencies and whatnot telling you what you should be consuming, food pyramid, this, that, and the third. We got Netflix documentaries telling you what you should do, eat like the people in the blue zones, blah, blah, blah. So much confusion out there. Who do we listen to? Is the person that I'm listening to just trying to make money? This influencer, that influencer, should I be vegan, carnivore? What are we doing? And I get it. It's all over the place, but you're going to have to really lock in on that and get it sorted out. Because what you can't do is say, I don't know where to start, so I'm just not going to start. Right? Because I just outlined how you're rolling the dice, kicking the can down the road. But the one thing you can't really argue with or fight with is this, or that clock on your wall, or the sky clock. You know what I'm saying? That keeps doing its thing every year. Age, time. There's no way you're going to combat that. So you got to get it sorted out. So what you're going to have to do is make some prioritizations in your life and say, do I care more about my body that I wake up in, my vehicle, my home, my real home, or do I care more about other stuff in my life? Now, these could be obligations that I have, real commitments because of my family. And of course, you got to deal with that. Or other frivolous things in life, flexing, flossing, stunting, trying to keep up with other people who are mostly brain dead and not really paying attention to anything, just normie, NPC puppet type folks. That's most people. You guys know my policy on that. 80% of people are just checked out. So the people who are going way out of their way to flex for the gram or this, that, and the third, prioritizing these things, but not their health. People more, I'll talk about this all the time, but I might as well get into it now. People care more about their outward appearance than their physical state, their metabolic state. And of course, if you're not eating properly, you're not thinking properly, because if you eat fake food, you build a fake body. So that's fake brain, fake heart, fake gut. Heart disease is like a major issue, right? Mental health is a major issue, right? And then they talk about the gut-brain connection, gut microbiome. All this stuff connects together. So we want to play these games and be like, well, eat whatever in moderation. Okay? Eat fake food in moderation. But then somewhere between 30 to 50, 55% of the average American's diet is ultra-processed foods. Things that are laced with all kind of pesticides and things that will throw off your ability to properly digest the food and extract the nutrients. This is what we're up against. So you're going to need coaching. You're going to need to sort that out with somebody. Well, now, whether it's me or anyone else, you're going to have to sort that out for sure, because it's never too late, but you don't have time to waste. Let me do this real quick though. So because I'm going to get into some articles, some things I came across. Let me see if I got my slides lined up right. Did I close out one of my things? Hold on, let me see. I'll set this up. I closed out one of my windows, I think. Okay, let me reset this up real quick. And we're just going to get into this. Okay, so yeah, I did close out of it. What's up with y'all? What's up in the chat? I see I got 8 people in here. Y'all let me know if y'all follow me on this. I'm about to get into this article that I came across, and we're going to tie it together with another health piece, right? Y'all let me know. Check it. I just want to check in with y'all, make sure the stream is good. If y'all dialed in, y'all tapped in, because we're going to go into this other segment. A little commercial break of sorts. What's up with my camera? Is the stream straight? As he said, the stream straight, but that was a while ago. Just want to check in with y'all, make sure we're good. Y'all let me know if the stream is looking good, sounding good. As he takes that chilling and listening. Okay, appreciate that. Just want to make sure. Just want to check in, because numbers dropped off and then interaction dropped off. So just want to make sure. Chill. Before I go hit the pool. So we're gonna get into this real quick. Let me fumble with the share screen. All right, so I came across this article and I thought this was very interesting, right? Because this ties into a lot of stuff I'm researching. So USA Today comes with this article from a couple of months back. Why are people snacking less? Sales of chips and munchies are dropping. Now, this is interesting, right? Because when I saw this, my first thought was, well, yeah, this is a good thing. Y'all hit the Cash App. When I first saw this, I thought, this is a good thing. And then, of course, me being me, media guy, I got to look at the public relations element. What are they trying to sell us? Because they're always trying to sell you something or sell you on something, sell you on an idea. So peep the game. the way they try to lace you, right? Why are people snacking less? Sales of chips and munchies are dropping, right? This is back in April, but this year. And then we got all this extra stuff. Close that. Go back and make sure. All right, y'all seeing what I'm seeing? And let me get rid of that. All right. All right, Americans are grabbing for snacks. Americans are grabbing for snacks less, and it appears to be for a variety of reasons, including worries about money. So this is an interesting thing. If we're coming into hard financial times, then it actually makes a lot of sense that people would stop eating as much fake food that they know isn't really giving them any real nutrition. So this is kind of a good thing, but kind of for a shady, sketchy reason, right? Worries about money. Another reason, the desire to eat healthier and reduce artificial dyes. So, RFK Jr. comes in with the new administration and the MAHA, Make America Healthy movement. And that's an interesting thing. And there's a lot I could say about that, but I'll leave that to a whole other stream. But desire to eat healthier and reduce artificial dyes, that's actually a good thing. So we're looking pretty good so far. And another reason is, as well as the increased use of prescription drugs that suppress the urge to munch in between meals. So we see the reasonings. Worries about money, the reasons people are snacking less. Worries about money, the desire to eat healthier and reduce artificial dyes, as well as the increased use of prescription drugs that suppress the urge to munch in between meals. You see where they're going with this, right? Executives for several large brand name snack companies, including the makers of, I just won't even say them, have said their sales have been affected by shoppers buying fewer snack products. Ooh, right? Unless you are invested in them in the stock market, but I say sell those companies, sell those shares. Their quote is, "We're seeing several forces converge at a reshaping customer snacking behavior," said a food economist and professor at Michigan State University. Now, interesting, right? The economic piece, and I was just talking about this. Price fatigue is setting in after several years of sharp increases, and there's growing uncertainty about future food costs. So this is a blessing in disguise, maybe, right? Because if you guys understand how I eat, like in high percentage, it's all natural whole foods, animal-based, almost carnivore. So by that logic, my level of snacking has dropped off a cliff in the past few years. Right? Just so we're clear. So I like resonate where they're going with this. But from a money perspective, I save a lot of money on not buying as much snacks, but I'm willing to invest in really good quality meat, animal products. But it's a trade-off, right? Because my health is moving up in such a way and my level of nutrition is so high that I actually ultimately end up eating less food. Plus I fast almost every week, right? So when you put it all together, you're going to maximize your health by ditching the snacks, buying higher quality animal products. That's what I coach: ketovore, carnivore, whole foods, like 80-90% of your diet for sure, in coaching people towards that trajectory, right? Depending on where you're starting from. But the price issue from the economic standpoint, price fatigue is setting in after several years of sharp increases, and there's growing uncertainty about future food costs, especially as new tariffs threaten, blah, blah, blah. So this is back in April again. Interesting. That combination is promoting shoppers to cut back, yes, trade down to lower cost products. Interesting. Lower cost usually means lesser quality, more additives, more preservatives, more super cheap ingredients for more shelf life, the cheapest derivatives of seed oils they can get, because they need seed oils for certain fatty balance while at the same time keeping the shelf life going. This is stuff you do not want to be putting in your body. Preservatives, all this stuff, right? Make it real cheap. What? Just for the sake of you getting some short-term high from eating some kind of fake food thing that doesn't give you nutrition. So again, recreational drugs masquerading as food, masquerading as nutrition. So you're really just getting high for the sake of, trying to eat this thing, and then you're still hungry, right? and then wonder why people are overeating. People are looking for healthier foods, but there's also a broader shift towards healthier eating habits. Okay. Which together with economic trends is changing how and what people snack on. Okay, cool. Customers aren't just snacking less, they're becoming more selective, favoring snacks with stronger nutritional profiles, not necessarily if they're going for cheaper ones. Interesting. The adoption of GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy is accelerating these changes, with appetite suppression leading to lower overall grocery spending and a sharper decline in purchases of highly processed and unhealthy snacks. This is where it gets super tricky. If you guys are paying attention, let me go back to the chat. Let me see where y'all at. Y'all following? Stream is good. Okay. Numbers looking good. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Feel free to super chat any questions. If you super chat the question, I'm going to respond to it, and then I'm going to capture it on video, and I'll make a whole separate video about that. So that would be super dope if I'll do that right now. Shout out to my Sony A7S III is rocking with me right here. I'm also capturing everything I'm saying in this stream. So if you guys got any questions, support the channel. If anybody dropped a Cash App, let me see. If anyone did, I super appreciate that. Oh, it looks like we did get one. Let me guess, AZ Tech. AZ Tech. Shout out to my guy, AZ Tech, for the 5 on a super chat. I appreciate it. I just knew AZ Tech been holding me down for years, one of my day ones. I appreciate that, bro. For sure. Just want to acknowledge that for sure. And back to the stream, So when we go into this, so this is super interesting, right? So you guys know I'm a media guy. I always got to look at this through the lens of media, marketing, public relations, how companies are looking to market a product to you, sell you on something, sell you on the idea of this is healthy, this is better. So USA Today, they take money. There's ads literally on their website, right? But consider that maybe this whole thing is an ad for products like Ozempic or Wegovy, these GLP-1 gluten-like, glucagon-like peptide 1 receptor agonist. So the idea is that you take these artificial compounds and they're reacting in your body in such a way where they make you less hungry, so you feel more suppressed. But it's doing it in a mechanical way in your body where your stomach is actually not properly digesting the food. So it goes stomach to small intestine to large intestine to colon to defecate. In this case, it slows down your stomach emptying into your small intestine. By sheer virtue of the mechanism of that happening in your body, it makes you less hungry. So appetite suppression based on this weird mechanical thing that's going on in your body, where they're throwing off how your body is working properly, how your guts are literally not working right. Yeah. Okay. Play those games, win those prizes. Maybe. And we're going to get into the prizes. There's cash and prizes. Oh, yeah. Because why? You don't want to do what nature can do. Because here's the thing. Appetite suppression. Well, you can get that from things like even, it's an external thing, but caffeine helps with appetite suppression. You know what also helps with appetite suppression? Ketones. You know how you get ketones? Do you even know what ketones are? When you're in a state of ketosis, that means you're in a state of fat burning because your carbohydrate intake is so low that your blood sugar is so low that your body says, hey, we need fuel. And when you burn off your blood sugar glycogen stores, your body has no choice but to go burn your body fat, because we all know body fat, one of its primary roles is to store energy, stored saved energy, right? It's also cushioning. It's also an endocrine organ in and of itself, meaning it can interact with your hormones. And that's a big deal because the more excess adiposity, excess body fat you have, you are altering how your hormones are interacting and being produced and being converted in your body. Excessive body fat is creating hormonal imbalances just off rip, right? And that's not even accounting for the environmental pollutants, endocrine disruptors, things in products, all that. It gets deep. It gets deep. But specifically with this GLP-1 medications, originally for type 2 diabetes, but they realized, oh, it also does this mechanical thing I just described where it will make you lose weight, but it's making you lose weight because it's literally altering and slowing down your digestion in a very unnatural way. And there's ways you can do it where if you put yourself in a low carbohydrate state and get to the fat burning, which with obesity numbers going up, why wouldn't people use that strategy? And when I mention to people about keto, they all say that's some bad diet thing and not everybody can't do keto. And it's like, well, are you sure you know what that actually means? Because there was a time in my life where I didn't really understand what that meant. Ketosis is a metabolic state. That's actual physiology, like akin to something like sleeping, right? Ketosis, that state, is induced by simply just not having as much carbohydrates. And carbohydrates is not just bread. Literally all plants are carbs. It's just based on the actual chemical structure, the makeup of what those plant substrates are made out of. It's carbohydrates in your body and how it reacts with your body. But ultimately, it's broken down to different types of sugars that your body uses as a fuel source. But in the absence of that, your body has no choice but to go burn the body fat, and it makes ketones, beta hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, blah, blah, blah. Your body can use these things as fuel. Your brain can use these things as fuel. As I'm talking to you guys right now, I haven't eaten anything since yesterday at about 6, 7. I'm into ketosis right now. Do I seem sluggish, or do I seem like I'm about to fall over or keel over? Do I seem low energy? I tell y'all right now, I'm crisp. I feel like I took the drug from the movie Limitless. And it's like this every single time I get into ketosis. Every single time. So understanding this and really understanding what it's all about, the metabolic state, the physiology of it, really seeing how to do it in a systematic way. And then the fact that you can use ketone meters, ketones, urine strips, and see when you're in ketosis, how deep of ketosis you are. This is something that gives you actual biological feedback that you can test for yourself. In other words, you don't need a doctor to tell you you're in ketosis. You can do it yourself. And when you get used to it enough, you'll just know, you can feel it. So again, I haven't had any food since yesterday, and I've been doing a whole lot of training, whole lot of cardio, a whole lot of working out. Did a sprint session on Sunday, did one the Sunday before that, did some fasting, just doing a lot of fasting, low carb, put you in ketosis. It's a snap. Now, you want to try it out, but you're going to need coaching on it because you got to be careful and ramping down into it because most people are eating all this fake food. So you don't want to go from consuming all this fake food, calories and the carbs, and just try to drop off a cliff and go straight into getting into ketosis. Then you'll end up with what's considered keto flu and all that. But back to this GLP-1. So I'm highlighting that because that was actually a good sort of tangent, but it ties into this, right? Because instead of doing the natural thing that I just described to you guys, giving you a crash course on keto and ketosis, instead of doing that, something anyone can do for free, that's a natural mechanism of how your body works, right? Actual biology that is free, and that's literally how your body's supposed to work. These companies want to sell you a product that hits somewhere between, somebody know the numbers on this stuff, I can look it up, but last I checked, they're hitting people for like $1,500 a month for GLP-1. $1,500? Like, bam, I could coach you how to get into ketosis for a fraction of that. You see what I'm saying? It's absolutely insane. All right, let me go in a chat real quick. AZ Tech, shout out to my guy. I appreciate that 5 on the Cash App. I'm trying to get up on Autophagy stage. Yeah, I'm trying to get up on Autophagy stage, I guess near the 24-hour fasting, right? Yeah, when you get past that 24-hour point, and even more so when you get into the magical first morning. And I'll call it the first morning because the first morning, Tuesday will be the first morning for me. The first morning after a full day fasted. So you go to sleep that night, wake up, that's when the magic really happens because you're getting into the autophagy stage. body chemistry is totally rebalancing itself. Then you push that even further, you start getting into the stem cell, human growth hormone boost, because your body wants to spare the muscle you have. Then, yeah, with the autophagy stage, you're doing the autophagy, the self-cleaning stage. There's so much stuff that your body already wants to do. We just keep getting in the way of it. And on top of that, people want to make offers to us, offers that we could decline, offers in the form of quick fixes that are fake fixes, in the form of, hey, inject yourself with this glucagon-like peptide 1 that's going to create appetite suppression, when, dude, you could just stop eating carbs for a couple of days and be active and get into ketosis for free. Like, feel me? Like, what do y'all think about this? Is it too high level? Is it too nerdy? Because this is where I'm at all day, every day. Let me know what y'all think about this. I get AZ Tech knows what I'm talking about, though, because yes, the self-eating, that's literally what autophagy means. Autophagy, self-eating. It's the self-cleaning. Your cells restructure themselves, clean out the old cells, and use some of the substrate for what it can. And it basically ditches and cleans out what it doesn't need. It'll go for bacterial overgrowth. It'll try to take old scar tissue and try to use whatever it can, because it's like saying, oh, you're not eating anything. Let me use that to clear out whatever we can. Let me get some calories. Let me get some kind of protein substrates we can be using from something that's, oh, this cell over here isn't working quite right. Well, how better could we use this? Let's go ahead and just autophage, auto self-eat this cell and use the constituent parts of that cell, just like what we do when we eat, right? If you eat chicken breast, you're breaking that down and adding that to your body. So it's proteinous substrate. Adding that, the amino acid complex there and the fatty acids there, you're taking that into your own body and building it out into your own body. In the absence of that, your body says, what do you want to do? All right, let me take whatever's not working in your own body and let's hook it up, clear that out. What do we, this, kind of janky, let's get rid of that. And you're going to get rid of that, sweat it out, shat it out, breathe it out, all that. Self-cleaning, self-eating, autophagy stage. Or keep eating a bunch of fake food, eat fake food, build a fake body, but let me just go spend a month on some kind of weird injection for which we don't know what's going to happen years down the line. Let me do it that way so I can keep indulging in fake food, versus let me eat super clean, whole food, healthy stuff, and then throw in some fasting where I give my body a rest, be more active, be less sedentary. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me just go take $1,000 worth of some unknown chemical to do this thing that you could do yourself for free. Okay. So, you know, me being me, I'm a businessman. I'm like, there's an opportunity here, because some people ain't going to have the money like that. But some people will have the money that I could charge to help them, coach them into this. Because, you know, some people got busy lives. You got family, you got kids, you got all that. I ain't got no kids. Come get with me. I'm a nerd. All I do is make videos and listen to health stuff and just soak up health info all day. That's literally all I'll do. Sponge. And just work out and train and just get healthy and reverse age. So I'm like, hey, take it from somebody who's living it, doing it. AM1 Lifestyle. It's the lifestyle. Come sign up. I'm about to open up some coaching, one-on-one and group coaching on my websites coming up soon. Going into August, we're going to do some free consultations, all that. For my YouTube folks here, we're going to be doing some things. I'm super excited about it, super energized about it. Energy's going through the roof. I'm going to hit some more points on this whole thing and show you, because we got to GLP-1, we tread lightly because we're in the era of feelings, but play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and we're going to get into some of those, the cash and prizes, right? AZ Tech again says, let me rephrase when I do it, because I haven't attempted going further than 24 hours with my hungry self. I'll get on it soon, though. AZ Tech, stop playing with me. You, in particular, man, hit me up for sure. We got to talk, because I'll happily, you know, one of my day ones. We could do this as like a nice little case study, but I'll coach you up on how to easily get to, 40-hour fast. Fam, it's laughable. It's easy. And when you do it, just the power of that, when you can kind of go against like a primal instinct to eat, but then you realize it's also going against public relations programming that tells us we have to eat 3 meals a day. And then the offers being made to us for these snacks, the snacks, fake ultra processed food that needs to have shelf life, right? Like, I'm not saying anything even super amazing. We all know this is true. But when you really put it in the context of, damn, eat fake food, build a fake body. And that's just putting it lightly. Like, when I say that, it's a mindset shift, but it's far worse than that. But we can fix it though. It's the hardest, easiest thing. AZ Tech said, yes, sir. Good ass challenge with extreme benefits. I'm all for it. Man. If I fail, which I doubt, I'll reach out. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it too. Part of my whole coaching with that, I tell people, look, you want to get into fasting, low carb, all that. That's part of my overall strategy, 510 diet, my overall lifestyle coaching. The fasting is a big part of it. And then, of course, you want to have the fitness element where you're, doing resistance training. But the diet situation got to be dialed in first, and really understanding the true impact of eat fake food, build a fake body. Because there's no way you're going to sort out the rest. Like, eating the fake food part, you're building a fake body, you're building a fake brain. So you're actually not even thinking properly. So when I say AM1 Lifestyle, get fit, get free, we're talking about physical fitness and, more importantly, mental fitness. Because if you're not thinking right, you don't have the right discernment, the ability to even see how the advertising is working on you. You're not able to even see multiple chess moves ahead of you. These people are trying to sell you something to make money off you at a profit margin that's astronomical, selling you something that's not only not giving you proper nutrition, but is making you deficient in other nutrients that you need to make yourself stronger, which by default is going to make you think less clear so they can keep selling you more of it. While at the same time, the whole political landscape and everything else is directly tied into, let's just use America, right? We got 340 million Americans, whatever. If the vast majority of people are eating these ultra processed foods, that's that many people who are literally walking around dumbed down by their diet alone. And then wonder why the political landscape or relationship landscape or whatever is ridiculous. Well, it's like, fam, everybody's eating fake food. Eat fake food, build a fake brain. Eat fake food, build a fake body, fake brain, fake hormones. Relationship drama, fake hormones. The connection is so simple. So when I looked more into this stuff, I was like, well, this all makes sense. Everybody's eating fake food, so you should expect fake outcomes. All right, let's do this. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy is accelerating these changes. The appetite suppression leading to lower overall grocery spending. Blah, blah, blah. Makers of popular snack brands say sales are down. Several food company executives have referenced a slowdown in the snacking. There was something else that stood out to me here. Quote, our view is that a lot of this has to do with customer confidence, he said. While GLP-1 use for drugs like Ozempic is increasing, the guy says, the numbers didn't change much from quarter to quarter. General Mills was also seeing the same sales decline in its dog food brand. To my knowledge, there's not GLP-1s for dog treats, he said during a call. So this is an interesting correlation they're making. They're saying the sales of dog food went down, which is interesting because, geez, where I'm from, Oakland, more and more people got dogs. Everybody and their mama got dogs, then 2 dogs, then everybody's entitled with the dogs. The dogs rule everything and people are being walked by their dogs. I love dogs, but just when people are entitled with the dogs. Y'all know how I feel about the dog situation. Our belief, he said, is that consumers have become more value conscious. So yeah, ultimately, when you want to talk about value in food, nutrition, the fake ultra processed food is like a lose-lose. You're spending money that you have less of to eat something that's going to make you deficient, make you unhealthy, and make you keep craving more of the same unhealthy food. So it's a lose, 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 lose. So I saw that. It was like interesting how they kept making, points about Ozempic, Wegovy, GLP-1 drugs, GLP-1 receptor agonists, if you want to get all technical. So let me do this as well, because we got to get into play stupid games, win super prizes. So this is WebMD. What is Ozempic used for? Commonly used to help lower blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes. Used to lower risk of cardiovascular events. Oh, you mean like ketosis could do? Huh. Okay. Anyway. Ozempic may also be used for other conditions as determined by your healthcare provider. Mechanism of action, we kind of went over that before, works to stimulate your pancreas to release more insulin after you eat, prevents your liver from releasing stored fats, and slows down the movement of food through your body. So there's the peristalsis, there's the small intestine, large intestine is literally a muscle contractions that are making the food move through your body. It slows that down. So what do you think about the idea of you eat and then it just sits in your stomach to the point where you feel kind of nauseous and you don't want to eat? It's laughable to even think about it. Like, wait, fam, wait, what? So I gotta digest the food and then later you gotta boo-boo, but you can't boo-boo because you're not digesting the food. And it's like, fam, what? Yeah. But I brought this up because we want to talk about the side effects. What are the most common side effects of Ozempic? The most common side effects of Ozempic are listed below. Tell your healthcare provider if you have any of these side effects that bother you. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. There may be other side effects of Ozempic that are not listed here. You don't say. Well, we're going to look at that. Contact your healthcare provider if blah, 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 and FDA, captured regulatory organization, blah, 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 blah. What are the serious side effects of Ozempic? While less common, the most serious side effects are described below. Severe allergic reactions, to make you eat less, appetite suppressant. And I just gave you guys a crash course in how keto does the same thing for free, and it's totally natural. But you can't sell that, right? How do you sell that? Severe allergic reactions. Let's just go down the list for the sake of time. Breathing problems or wheezing. Because, yeah. Fever or general ill feeling. Cool. Swollen lymph nodes, lymphatic drainage. Man, you don't want to play with that. Swelling of the face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat. Trouble swallowing or throat tightness. Itching, skin rash, or pale red bumps on the skin called hives. Okay, I just said hives. Nausea, vomiting. Well, that's a regular effect and a more serious one. Dizziness, feeling lightheaded or fainting. Okay. Stomach cramps. You don't say. Joint pain. Pancreatitis. Okay, Ozempic may cause inflammation of the pancreas, which is called pancreatitis. Low blood sugar, so it can cause hypoglycemia. Interesting. Headache, crankiness, or anxiety. I'm full, I'm losing weight, but I'm cranky and I'm anxious. Appetite suppressant, one of the side effects is hunger. Dizziness or confusion or drowsiness. Blurry vision, slurred speech, sweating, feeling jittery or shakiness, fast heartbeat, weakness, thyroid tumors, vision changes, kidney damage, severe stomach problems, gallbladder problems. So that's liver. Yeah. Okay. But wait, there's more. There's more. I'm not looking. Well, what y'all think? What y'all think? Y'all ready to get on some GLP-1? What y'all think? Or do you want to go the other way where you just eat low carb and just go into ketosis for free? Y'all let me know in the chat. Press 1 if you want to go GLP-1. Press 2 if you just want to go all natural, go low carb, and just put yourself in and out of ketosis for free. Because ketosis, by default, puts you in a appetite suppressed state. And you're burning body fat, and you can get into the autophagy stage where you're self-cleaning. 1 or 2. Press 1 or 2. What do y'all think? 11 people in here. Press 1 or 2. What do y'all think? Coach DC in the building. Shout out to my guy. Cyrus said 2. Been doing that. Yeah, I mean, dark side of everything and nothing says 2. I mean, the obvious choice is 2. Spend a band on the quick fix that has all of those appetite suppressant, but one of the side effects is hunger. I never even read that before. That's wild. But wait, it gets worse. You guys know Onyx. But wait, it gets worse. Slam. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's old school. Because, 47 next week, birthday week coming up. Feel free to hit the Cash App since it's your boy's birthday coming up. The old man, the old young man. You understand? All right, let me share this other thing real quick because let me see. I'm gonna fast forward to this piece right here. I'm gonna fast forward to this piece right now since I talked too long, chopping it up. Working on it. Working on what? The Dark King. What are you working on? All right, let me show y'all this one other thing real quick, and then we're gonna shut this down because y'all got to see this. Because I just ran through some of the side effects, right? But they tap dance around this extra side effect. And this is almost one of the more key things, especially for people in their 30s, 40s, especially 40s, right? Because the people I'm coaching and working with are like all kind of health issues. And I'm saying you got to get the diet right. You can't outwork a poor diet. But then one of the main things that will help you into your 50s and 60s is having more muscle mass in your later years. Muscle mass in your later years is extremely beneficial for longevity. Muscle mass, extremely beneficial. Muscle mass in your later years, extremely beneficial. And I'm saying it and repeating it Umar Johnson style because check this out. Does Ozempic make you lose more muscle? Ooh, does Ozempic make you lose more muscle? Well, let's take a look. At this point, you've heard about know someone taking a weight loss drug for yourself. Popular medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro are providing impressive results for those suffering with type 2 diabetes. They just said diabetes, insulin resistance, or obesity. Of all the possible side effects from taking these medications, loss of muscle mass is one you may not have thought of. A recent study showed that those taking Ozempic or any form of semaglutide, the actual real name of these things, lost on average 60% body fat, interesting, and 39% muscle mass. And another study that looked at those taking Zepbound, which is another one of these GLP-1 receptor agonists, or the active ingredient tirzepatide, showed that patients lost roughly 25% muscle mass and 75% fat during the treatment. Now, here's the thing. It's very easy to put fat on. But when you lose muscle mass, it's not that easy to gain muscle mass, especially after 40 and into your 50s. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes when there are free things you can do. Free things that you can do that your body already does that just align with nature anyway. And you can create a far better appetite suppression with none of these side effects. In fact, going into ketosis, being able to understand that metabolic flexibility to get in and out of ketosis, or do even more longer extended fasts, 40 hours, 48 hours even. I say at this point, you don't even need to go beyond 48 hours. You can do 72, cool. But the sweet spot, 40 hours, the way I set it up, exactly why I baked it into my program that way, that 40-hour mark is perfect. I'll do some longer. I get into some dry fasting. I do a lot of different things that I don't even coach people on because I know what I like to do and I know my goals overall. But in and out of ketosis, fat adaptation, get your body used to burning your own fat, which is the whole point. Metabolic flexibility in the sense that you can get in and out of ketosis and you could eat more carbs or ditch the carbs and your body says, oh, well, we just burn fat. So that's where I'm at right now. I can eat some carbs right now, go train, and by tomorrow I'm back in ketosis, pure fat burning mode, because I'm not eating anything else except protein and fat, like when I even break this fast. So I have it so dialed in to where I just know what it feels like. But again, GLP-1 receptor agonists, taking these things, thousands of dollars you're spending over time, down payment on a house, put that in the stock market, whatever. People swiping a credit card and just running it up to do something that they could be doing for free. Get coaching. My online coaching is opening up soon. Group coaching, one-on-one coaching. If you guys got any gems from this, first of all, if you got any gems from this, hit the super chat, hit the Cash App, because this is what it is. Skills, resources, offering value, all of that. You guys know I built a career doing visual media, videography, motion graphic design, but the new trajectory for my next decade, health and fitness, is this. And I'm using the same mentality and strategy that I put into building that career to launching this and really running this up. And some of you guys know I've been talking about fasting and health and fitness on this channel for a few years now, but now it's just culminating in the next level, the total evolution of it, because this is the most value I can offer, from working with businesses doing flyers back in the day, designing homies tattoos back in the day, to promoting events, to doing streetwear, to doing videography projects for a vast array of clients. All of this stuff I've done, adding value to other people's lives, helping them get more free, financial freedom, all that. This trumps that by far. And technically, it's some of the easiest stuff you can sort out, but there's just so much noise and chaos to sort through, and it takes a lot of time. And that's where I see value, because I have the time to coach people and help them sort this out. And I'll gladly walk down how I arrived at the choices I make and why I do, because there's a whole system behind why I do what I do, to the point where I can stand on coaching people on this stuff and saying, hey, this is what I would advise based on your situation. This is where it's at. So I mean, just really running it down, like just from a health, the fitness and effery, this is high level effery, in the sense that people are making offers that can, you know, easily be declined, but it's trying to have it both ways at the same time. People really want to have it both ways. Do you really want to lose muscle mass that you worked hard for and that you need, that can help with your longevity going into your later years? Or do you want to play this other game where you try to do this magic pill thing and say, I want to just keep eating whatever I'm doing, keep doing the same thing, but I want different results. And I don't want to really discipline myself to do what I know I should be doing. So let me take this drug for which has known side effects. And what about the unknown side effects down the road, versus things that are already there and are present and have literally been here throughout human existence? Aligning your body with nature, eating the right things, and taking advantage of the simple things where you just don't consume as much. Altering the macronutrients that you consume, being more active. Like, why do we go way to this other thing and get real risky when we could just do tried and true things that are discipline oriented and in alignment with nature? Like, why are we so far off the rails, out of alignment with nature? I mean, we all know why, but do we want to play those games and win those stupid prizes, or do we want to go a different route? I'm gonna leave it at that. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Shout out to my man AZ Tech with the Cash App. Let me check, see if I got any more, but I really, really, really appreciate that. All right, so that was it. Shout out to AZ Tech on that. 47 next week. I got more streams coming up this week. Might do some collab streams this week as well. I got some more keto carnivore discussions coming up, and more content coming on AM1 Lifestyle, my other channel, where I'm just doing strictly uploads and doing live streams on this channel, more health and fitness focus related stuff. Shout out to Deronimer, came in late. The Dark King said, working on it, natural diet with keto. Man, like I said, the one-on-one coaching is opening up soon. And also with that, I'm gonna be doing some free consultations. So you'll see exactly, you know, how I'm talking to you guys now, but one-on-one. Let me know kind of what you're rocking with, if you want some assistance with it, and I'll show you some tips and tricks, some easy trajectories on how you can sort this stuff out, to the point where, like the way my coaching is set up, I'm looking to get people going and say, hey, here's the game, here's the gems. You don't need coaching forever. That's my strategy, is to get you self-sustainable. Now, if you want to circle back and get some more, cool, because I'm always, you know, hunting for more things and trying to sort more things out. The human body in it, all of its mechanisms and enzymes and how everything works, people are uncovering new stuff all the time. But there are certain tried and true things to where, hey, if you do this or don't do that, your body's going to shift into this and it's going to make you the better for it. Obviously, eat fake food, build a fake body. We already know this. Pretty simple. Deronimer said, I avoid all drugs, medicine. You can lose weight with hard work and discipline. Hard work and discipline. The hardest, easiest thing. The hard way is the best way. Yes. And then the more you realize what it is, you realize it's actually way easier than you thought, to the point where it's laughable. Again, shout out to my guy, AZ Tech. Keeping it 100. You understand? Perfect to leave off with my guy. And I'll leave it right there. I appreciate y'all.